I don't actually have a ton of Elden Ring left. In terms of main bosses, I'm pretty sure it's just Radon. Well, and Mesmer. I'd never actually bothered to refight Mesmer on this file. It is a current enemy, so I would have to fight him again, but that shouldn't take too long. It's basically just getting through the list of like the last handful of bosses, which is not a massive ton here. I need to set the game capture to not Persona 3 Reload. Yeah, I already took down that boss on this file as well. I'm fairly certain. Hopefully I didn't forget that one. But yeah, been a while since catching the beginning of a stream. Yeah, I can show the old ones here still. I still have that. That would be this here. So I've been meaning to replace this for a decent while because there are new things on my desk that isn't quite modern anymore. Plus, I didn't really like the lighting. The way that my mouse pad is actually designed here looks more like this, is more what it looks like, with kind of like the semi-white outlines where it's kind of glowy and interesting and different looking. But I wasn't sure how to do that back then. I wasn't confident enough in my drawing skills, so I just sampled colors from actual official EV arts and just drew them exactly like that and used like black outlines. And that's also not how shading works. Most of this piece assumes that the light is in like the top left. Like if you look at, say, the Switch dock or something like that, or my game controllers, then clearly the light is at the top left. But you look at the mouse pad and the one line of shading there, and it's like the light is coming from the top right. And that shading doesn't even apply to the evolutions that are going across it. So I don't know what the heck I was smoking when I made that, but I've been meaning to fix that for a while. And then eventually I was like, let's just redo the whole thing. Let's just make it a whole lot better because I'm more confident in my artistic skills nowadays. So we've got the starting screen, starting soon, be right back, and ending stream screen. That's what we've got going on here, along with some other knickknacks like the little Mercury Hot Wheels truck, Jigglypuff amiibo, some Enharmonia stuff, a couple 3D printed things, a Pokewalker, a 3D printed dragon. But the main thing was I wanted to work on the mouse pad and make that look a whole lot better and a lot more like the actual mouse pad that's in front of me. And now it does. So yeah, there's that. So I might change some things. Like one thing that I might want to change is on the original, I had like the little light going across my capture card showing that it's on. Whereas I didn't do that. Like when I took the photo to use as reference for this drawing, I didn't have my capture card on. It didn't have that blue light. So I figure, hey, I should probably just like sample the colors from this one on the light across the capture card and then just have it go across there. And I've been meaning to do that and I keep on forgetting. It's kind of the case, but I do think that it would look a little bit better like that. I do think so. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. And yes, indeed, another stream. I had to leave because I had to go be a chauffeur. I think you sent me some text, Guzman. I didn't get the chance to reply to them because I had to leave the house and go chauffeur around my little cousin, who was the case. Yeah, I beat the centipede. No, you don't have to beat Mesmer to get to the centipede. I haven't beaten Mesmer in this file, and look, I already have the Church of the Bud. It's already done. You don't have to do them in that order. And hello, Cam. How's it going? And yeah, I killed Midra. All the main bosses are done. It's all just like the little niche things and like furnace golems and stuff is all that's left here. Like I beat this one on this save file. This one was off camera for this specific save file, but on camera for like my first save file. Yeah, it's just you can only burn the tree if you beat Mesmer, is what's going on there. So in terms of what I have left, I have the little thingamabob here that I yoinked from online. The next one that I have up is 12 there, which is a furnace golem. Should have the Erdtree bosses to kill. I'm just keeping it on this monitor, so it's a little bit more convenient. I mean, I can leave it here, and then I can show it on screen here and stuff. Second Dancing Lion, I have on camera in my first save file, but technically not on this save file. But like, I already did it on camera once. I've beaten it. This was streamed, but technically not on this save file, no. And I was thinking about beating Mesmer off camera because I already beat him once before on my original save file, just not this save file, but I never really got around to it because I didn't really have the time. So it's like, whatever, I can beat him on camera twice if I really need to. So just a little bit ago, I looked up how to get here, and I think I have a good idea how to get there. And if not, then I'm gonna go consult the interwebs. But I did just look it up not that long ago, and I think I have a good idea how to get there. But yeah, let's see here. Gotta go through and beat every boss in this game. There are so many. Yep, that was my 140-part series for the original base game. Oh yeah, I also want to see if in a settings. Is there a sound settings? Sound. How about I just turn the music off so that we still get like sound effects and stuff, but then I put on the DBD stream playlist of just like chill tunes is what we can do, because this is going to take a little while. It's going to be a little bit of a grind, and I want some tunes to listen to. So we're putting the DBD stream playlist on shuffle. Am I going the wrong way? I'm already going the wrong way. Amazing. Hold on. So right this way is where we go. Might turn this down very slightly. Do I need to? There, just something like that. And that probably sounds good. But still sound effects, right? Okay, maybe Elden Ring is just like really, really turned down on my volume mixer. I swear I just muted the music, right? Are you still coming after me? Hold on. Just give me a hot second here. If I go into the volume mixer and then find Elden Ring, I can turn it up a smidge and then like... Why do I still hear nothing? What? Did I do the wrong thing? Sound. Oh, that was master volume. Okay, well, hopefully me turning it up, and I'll turn it down a little bit in the volume mixer now. I don't want it to blast my eardrums the next time something big happens. Just like, surprise, remember when you turned up the volume earlier? Didn't realize that it was the master volume that you were tinkering around with? There, we can enjoy chill tunes while listening to Elden Ring stuff still. But yeah, let's see here. Anyway, I definitely know how painful it can be to go around defeating every boss in the game, because that's a thing I did with the main game, and it took me a little while. And because I did that with the main game and all of the Dark Souls games, it's like, well, I may as well do it here. If I was doing this as a standalone playthrough and just kind of casually here, I would not have that kind of obligation. But considering I did that for the main game already, plus for all 3 Dark Souls games before this, it's like, okay, I should probably go kill all bosses, even if I would prefer to have this game done sooner rather than later, because my game queue's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna get all bosses killed, and I might just do it this stream. Why is the game being laggy? Is this just like Elden Ring PC moment? Yeah, I gotta complete the set, and then when I play Bloodborne next, I'll have to kill all the bosses there and stuff. And hello, Loza Sandwich. Been a while. Also, thanks for that unit build. It really works wonders. It's insane, that one build in Unicorn Overlord. Like, I just thought it was a good build, like, around the mid-game when I first put it together, but then it just carried me all the way through, like, all the way up until the final map. It was amazing. So, yeah. I very much quite liked it. It was my favorite build I made in the game. Where am I going? I can't open my map, dang it. But yeah, also there's a dude I know who's trying to get music commissioned. His music is what inspired some of the official tracks you have in the game for the main characters, and finally had the chance to contact him. I only wanted to commission about 15 minutes of music from him. He said that 15 minutes of orchestrated symphonic metal music is 9,000 euros. Jeez. Not exactly super cheap there. I did technically fight him, and I got to phase 2, but I didn't beat him. Yeah, that's another thing that's worth mentioning. Apparently, there was a patch that came out, I think it was yesterday? I got the news yesterday. It might have been a few days ago. Apparently, there have been a bunch of changes. These have gotten buffed, namely in the stance here. Apparently, the attack speed of this... Whoops, wrong one. Apparently, the attack speed of this has been increased, and its range has been increased too, which is pretty nice. And then the poise damage of this has been increased, so you can stagger better with it. So my swords got buffed, which is pretty cool. I'm still using this sword most of the time, but sometimes when I use other swords, that's pretty nice. And Radahn got nerfed, which I guess means Radahn just is stuck with his history of being nerfed, because he got nerfed in the main game as well after people complained that he was too strong. So when I looked into it, from what I understand, what they nerfed was he no longer leads the battle with an immediate screw you attack, so you actually have time to summon someone now if you want. There's one particular attack where he goes like slash double slash, where they made it a little bit slower so that you can actually dodge it, instead of like, oh, you dodged the first one and you've rolled right into the second one unless you rolled in a specific direction. So I made it so it's actually reliably dodgeable now. And apparently before, the double slash, that used to not be an opening. He used to always change something else immediately after that, but apparently now it is an opening. Like now he actually does wait for a hot second. They reduced some of the damage of some of his attacks, and they made it so that the light effects during phase 2 aren't quite as extreme, so he doesn't just like vanish in the light and then you have no idea what's going on because like you've lost all visual like feedback there. Around $10,000 USD, you think? Are euros worth more than USD? I thought euros and USD were around the same. I know both euros and USD are way more than CAD. But yeah. And yeah, so the better speed on my swords there, definitely a lot faster. Absolutely insane, but after your license uses music in the video game, so you went for that instead. And that looks awesome. Someone told me last night he was nerfed. Yep. Big nerfs to the lad. His moves are so much slower. Okay, well, maybe I'll find out later tonight. Someone said that in order to dodge him before the nerf was that they have to purposefully make their weight carry super heavy just to dodge some of his attacks on time. Yeah, that sounds not super great there. But yeah, I faced Radahn literally the day this DLC came out was the case, because I knew that my game schedule was kind of crazy, and I mean, I also knew that I wanted to come back and kill all bosses later anyway. But I did kind of go really, really ham on the main objective. I think it was like an 8-hour stream or something like that when this DLC first came out, and I got to Radahn, and I could not beat him for the life of me. And I tried for about 2 hours. I finally got to phase 2, and then he murderized me. And then I was like, okay, I can be satisfied for now. I got to phase 2. I know I need to come back and kill all bosses at some point anyway, because like that's what I did with Dark Souls 3, the Dark Souls trilogy and the main game of this. So I want to do that anyway. So I may as well just face Radahn as like the last thing after I do all the other things, and therefore my strength is at the highest. And I'll just do that when I feel like I have the time to do that. And my game schedule's still kind of crazy, but I feel like I have the time to do that. Seek grass. Or grace, or whatever it said. So here I am, and I'm gonna finish that off now. I've killed all the main bosses. It's just all the random side bosses and random crap. Why is the game so laggy today? Do I have things open that I can close to make my computer lag less? There's a bunch of tabs I have open for like Persona 3 guides from when I was streaming that the other day that I can close here. Here, I can close that. I don't need these tabs open anymore, I don't think. What else can I close? Just close as many tabs as I can, because this is ridiculous. I can close that, I think. There's some music that I wanted to check out later. There's some Metroid remixes and stuff here. I can close that. This is all stuff that I had open to credit for the video essay earlier today. I just wrapped up like all the crediting of stuff for the video essay that's coming out tomorrow. I can close that tab. I can close my test draft of the video essay. On this window, is there anything that I can close? I can close that. I can close these. Yeah, all that stuff can be closed. Any software I have open I can close? There's my video editing software where I had a video open in it. I can kill that. Everything is saved. Apart from that, there's not really a whole lot I can kill here. Anyway. But yeah, let's see here. Radahn from the vids and clips you've seen is truly the Sisyphus experience pre-nerf. What's the Sisyphus experience? And he was pretty awful pre-nerf. It was technically a glitch, and that's basically what they were trying to patch. Not to nerf him, but to get rid of the glitch. Well, I nerfed a lot more than that. Realize that Radahn, Mesmer, the Dancing Lion, and Midra are the only bosses in the DLC with cutscenes. Wasn't there... No, you might be right. I thought that the big sunflower had a cutscene at first, but I think I'm just thinking of draining like the water in Shadowkeep. Yeah, I fought Radahn before the nerf, and I got to phase 2. That was like day 1 of the DLC coming out. I can find it here. Hold on, I can pull it out. So this is the dude pushing the boulder up the... Oh, okay, I gotcha. I can find it here really quickly. Not sure if you've seen, but Intel released a microcode that harms 13th and 14th gen CPU performance by about 5 to 20% depending on what you're doing, but will keep the processors from cooking themselves to death. Usually it's downloadable like a BIOS update for your motherboard. Oh, interesting. Had the water draining cutscene again? You had it twice? I have to scroll down a decent bit. These playthroughs are in reverse chronological by start date. So here it is. Because this is like the start date of this playthrough, which was 2022, so I have to scroll down a little bit. But when we got to the DLC, the main game was a 140 part series. The Loathsome Tongue Eater part 100. Yeah, so that was the end of the main game, and then I started here. So what I did is I bum rushed all the way in one session to Radahn, and I got there. I played against him for 2 hours, I guess 2 hours, 15 minutes. This was the attempt where I got to phase 2, and then I just rambled a little bit at the end. And then I was like, you know, I'm just trying to do this out of obligation to get it done, and it's feeling darn near impossible, and it's stressing me out, and this isn't the way to play this game. These are games meant to be played for fun. Like, I should be playing this with the mentality of, I need to beat this to get on top of my schedule, and I only have so much time, and I'm wasting my valuable time by doing this here. Like, no, I need to come back to this when I can actually play it genuinely for fun. So then a month later, I came back for fun. And then, I've been playing since, just when I have the time. But I also started a new file, because turns out I actually made a backup of my save file when I beat the game then. Do I have it? I think it's just in my Elden Ring folder here. So I have like a couple backup saves now. So, and I've been dating some of them. So I think this was the one that was from, yeah, 2022 date created. Yeah, so this would have been like before fighting Radagon at the end of the main game. And I think main save is the one just before starting the DLC. And then I did this one just before continuing from like my new file, which was, I started the new file with like, hey, here's this thingamabob that's going on with, what was their name? Anbach versus Leda. Yeah, and then I date it, and I'll probably date things from now on. And I'll probably make like one last backup save before I fight Radahn, just so I can always put that save file in and refight him if I ever want to. So because I had this lying around, I was able to restart my save because I found out that I soft locked myself out of a couple summons that I could have here. I was like, man, those summons would probably make a whole lot of difference in that boss. But now there's no way to go back without doing a new game plus. I found out I had another file, so I reloaded that, and then I just did all this again on my own time, apart from the stuff of like beating Mesmer and burning the tree, because I knew that would soft lock the quest. So then I came back and I started doing the quests, and I got that done. And I have one of the summons unlocked now of Theolier. Ansbach I did not unlock because I found out that if you kill him, you get the retaliatory cross tree talisman, which I found out is really, really good because apparently it increases the damage you deal by like 17% after a roll, which is insane. There are also some other really, really good charms in this DLC, so now I realize, maybe I shouldn't have killed him, and then I would have had another summon, and then I can put on another like charm here, because there are like some really, really good ones here actually. So even though this one is really good, there's other really, really good ones as well. So I didn't necessarily need that specific one, but oh well. I could be a lot happier that I got at least a possible reward from that quest that I soft locked myself out of before. And I'll still gladly use this. I'll still very gladly use that. It is really good. So yeah, I got pretty stressed out and bummed out that I couldn't get both summons, and now I can get one summon. And I sacrificed the other summon for this. was the case. So yeah, this is my new save file. So I've beaten Mesmer before, but I might have to redo it today. And I've gotten to phase 2 here once. After a whole bunch of trying, I got to phase 2. I guess I rewatched myself doing that once. So this was 2 hours of failed attempts. And then this was like 15 minutes of my successful attempt at getting to phase 2. But yeah, I do recognize how nutty this boss is. And clearly the devs recognize that too. And I'm surprised that I didn't take damage there. Maybe it was still enough of an opening that you can summon right there. Because yeah, he is a pretty nutty boss. I hope I have a pretty decent idea of his attack patterns at this point. We'll see how slowed his attacks are, maybe later this stream. Like, I want to get through this list first and foremost. And if I get through it, then I'll just like go fight Mesmer again, and then I'll go beat Radahn's butt. Like, it shouldn't be too hard to go do that again. And then maybe beat him tonight. And now he's been nerfed and my other swords have been buffed by quite a decent bit. So like, and now I know this is going to be just like it was for base game Radahn for the main game, where everyone wore a badge of honor, like, oh man, I beat Radahn before the nerfs. Because I'm just like such an amazing gamer. All of you guys suck, only able to beat him like after nerf. Like, I can't wait for so many players to put themselves on a pedestal about that. But as for me, I don't care. I really don't. Like, it's whatever. I'll beat him however I beat him. is the case. That's the slash attack. This is apparently one of the ones they really slowed down. The 1-2, because if you dodge the first one, you go right into the second one because of how quick the second slash is after the first. Because 1-2, so like the second slash just perfectly catches your roll. Apparently that's been slowed down so that you can actually dodge the second one instead of it just being like, oh, you dodged my first attack, I guess you're getting hit by the second. Apparently the only way you could dodge that one is by dodging left and like into him, so that the sword just misses you rather than having iframes. is apparently what you had to do to beat that, like, pre-patch, to be able to dodge that without taking damage, which is pretty darn silly. A lot of things about this boss are honestly pretty darn silly. Like, I do very much get why they nerfed him. And then I made it to phase 2 and, like, watched the cutscene and stuff. I put, like, finale question mark in the title just to say, like, hey, I don't know how long it's gonna be before I come back. Let's just watch the ending cutscene and call this the end of the playthrough for now, and then I can come back sometime later. And I was expecting to take a bit longer than 1 month, but hey, I'm glad to be back and be able to beat it now. But yeah, his phase 2 seemed kind of crazy there. But yeah, I would recommend downloading the microcode for the CPU you have. While the i5s don't seem to have insane failure rates, the i9 that and i9 that were failing at a rate of about 50% in 6 to 9 months. Oh geez. Is there a link for that, or should I just like Google it or something or other? Let's see if you can teleport to the area right now, please. Want to see if it plays for you too. What, the water draining? I want to go kill a furnace golem. Like the and it should only play when you activate the lever, and I've already done that. So I mean, but yeah, so a lot of charms and talismans here. Yeah, it seems like I have the mimic one where you can turn into stuff. There's the talisman for that. Wait, what? One must imagine Sisyphus happy. MF in this fight. Yeah, we'll see when I hopefully get to him later tonight. What the heck was that? Hopefully I'll get to him later tonight, and then if I do, then we'll see if there's like a pretty noticeable difference or not. Microcode update is distributed to your motherboard vendor, so it'll be on their website with the drivers for the motherboard. It has to be updated via the BIOS. Okay, so I'd have to restart my PC and open the BIOS then. That's what I'd have to do. Have I been this way? This looks familiar. Maybe I'm just thinking of other similar platformy thingamabobs. But yeah, replay twice for you. Already did it before, but last night when you went there, it played immediately again when you teleported to the area. Weird. So you didn't have to activate the lever, just like you teleported there and then it did the cutscene. I'm pretty sure I've been this way, right? And there's apparently some furnace golem this way that I missed? Something or other? Played Elden Ring with a friend during a hurricane, jeez. I mean, when I get to my next site of grace, I can try briefly teleporting just to see what happens. Just to see what happens there out of curiosity. I swear I've gone this way too. Also, if you keep up with your hardware warranties, Intel extended factory warranties for all 13th and 14th gen CPUs to 3 years because of failures being that bad. Jeez. Yeah, I already have this site of grace. The furnace golem's over there. I didn't think I had this site of grace already. Extended warranty for free. We've been trying to reach you regarding your car's extended warranty. Man, this is chill. Who was responsible for this remix again? Remind me. This one, Game Chops, but who's the one that made it? I know Game Chops hosts it here. Helliant and DJ Cutman. That makes sense. They both make super chill stuff. I think Helliant has to be one of my favorite remixers for like super chill lo-fi stuff. Honestly. Is what I feel like. Yeah, I got here and it was some sort of a dead end. The furnace golem I'm looking for is over there. Is this the way down? Did I ever go down this, or did I just assume it was a dead end and then go back? Because I don't exactly have a site of grace or anything over here. So I mean, like, but I might have gone down this way before? I don't know. Entire map glitched out too? Weird. I know I said next site of grace. Next time I need to actually teleport somewhere, I can teleport there first. Let me just take out this furnace golem first. Also, I did a little bit of look-see into good stuff to know for killing furnace golems. So off camera, I got a new cookbook, which was just like the first cookbook of the DLC, which was like right in here. I don't know how I missed it before, but I didn't have it. And I got it off camera just before starting the stream. Because now I can craft these things that you can apparently, well, here, I can only hold that many for now, that you can apparently throw into the top of the furnace golems and like take out their HP if they're armored. If they're not armored, you can just slash their feet, but if they are armored, you have to go above them and like chuck stuff into them. So I'll start doing that. I don't know if I'm gonna need more materials for that or if I have enough to just get rid of all these furnace golem jerks, but we'll see. So we shall see what happens here. Whoops, I missed an acquire materials. Sucks for me. Like, I don't think you're armored. So here, can I do a summon? No. Guess not. No, do not Falcon kick me. Do not do that, please. Whoa. Yikes. He just killed a whole bunch of dudes over there. What are you trying to attack at, my guy? You are such a weirdo. Man, I missed. I suck at video games. Okay, there's the stomp. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a slog. A little bit of a pain, but... that's the way some of these be. I took out all the bosses in the other games, so... it's the rule. It's what I gotta do here. You gonna fall? No? Even if it is kind of annoying. Ah, nose itchy. Even if it is kind of annoying, it is the precedent that I set up to this point, so... it's what I'm doing now. As annoying as it is, honestly. If I wasn't a content creator, there's no way I'd be doing this. I'm not even doing that much damage to him. Sure doesn't seem like... oh, didn't notice that you were doing another. So am I gonna knock him down? There we go. Then I go, whoa, here, and then this is the thing that does big damage. Like this. Yep, that's big damage there. And we hop back on, and I smack you a few more times here. And I should also glug for my horse. There you go. Feeling right as rain now, right? Okay. Does that stun him? Stun him? It makes the stun sound and he doesn't always fall down. Like, maybe it's just staggering him, but not knocking him down. I don't know how things work. I'm gonna be honest. Nice miss. Many, many stabs. Yeah, there's that sound effect again. Okay, I need my stamina back now. Okay. Sounds like we've got a lake remix now. Whee! Get some stamina back. Almost there. Whoa. I used a little bit too much stamina. What? It really buffered that input that long? Are you kidding me? I swear the input buffer in this game sometimes. Like, I figured out how to stop needing to deal with the roll input buffer. Like, if I hit B a while back and I'm worried that it's gonna buffer that input and like roll me after I got hit, then I just start holding the button from there and then it turns it into a run instead of a roll. So, figuring that out with a DLC, I haven't been struggling as much with the input buffer problem. It's still a little bit of a problem there. Anyway, they're a little bit annoying to take down. Is there a site of grace around here that I can snag really quickly and then I can come back here easily whenever I want? Or no? Our materials. What? Rata fruit. Like, I don't see this. That's not a site of grace over there. I don't believe. I'll check over here really quickly. I might have been through this way once before. Yeah, this is how I got to the Cerulean coast. I'm fairly certain. Maybe there just wasn't a site of grace over here.